What's up guys, Damian Keyes here, welcome back to the channel. So building a buzz is absolutely essential to the momentum of your band. Whether you want to build a fan base, whether you want to fill up your Spotify numbers, whether you want to fill up those gigs, or you just want to reflect this to the music industry, building a buzz is absolutely crucial. Building a buzz means everyone is talking about you, and not just because you're advertising to them, although that might be part of it, but everyone is now talking about you, and this is breaking outside of your close-knit circles. It's outside of your friends and family, and people are starting to know about you, and you are starting to become the hot topic. So several years ago, I started working with a band and this exact thing happened. I remember standing at a gig, looking around and thinking, there's a lot of people here that I don't know who they are. Lots of people had heard about the band and they come to watch and be a part of it, and the gigs were filling up. It was a very, very exciting time. And then within a couple of weeks, I remember getting some phone calls from labels and A&R and other people in the music industry. And my first thought was, what is going on? How do these people get my number? It was quite exciting, but it was also quite scary as well, because this thing started to take on its own sort of persona. It started building up, and it was very, very exciting, and it felt like I was watching something grow and it was outside of my control. The next couple of months were absolutely crazy. We were having meetings with people in the music industry. We were having to book bigger venues to house the people that wanted to come and see the band. We made a record, and then after that, we were getting reviews in Kerrang and a bunch of other magazines in the UK like NME. It was a very, very exciting time, but it all came from building a buzz, and I can tell you exactly how to do that. Now, the first way to start building a buzz is to get in everyone's faces. The stuff that we all do. It's the hustle, hustle, hustle. You've got to be at every gig. You've got to make sure that everyone sees your face. You're performing regularly. You're constantly putting out new shows. You're constantly updating your social media. You're constantly making new content. You're saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. You're gaining attention as much as possible. But this is something that pretty much all of us do and all of us are aware about. We're constantly aware that we've got to get in people's faces, and so therefore we're constantly putting out content. We're constantly trying to get people to sign up to our gigs, to actually go and listen to music and all that kind of stuff. But there is another crucial aspect to building a buzz. The second aspect to building a buzz, and the bit that most bands and artists miss out on, is building exclusivity. And this bit, now this is an art form. So in Berlin, in Germany, there is a very famous nightclub, which is called Berghain. And that nightclub is synonymous with exclusivity. But if you go and check it out online, you will not be impressed with what you see. It basically looks like a disused warehouse or a disused factory. It's in an old industrial estate, and there are no signposts. There's nothing around, and it looks like it's been derelict for a long, long time. But it has 24-hour parties, and what it does have is one very, very picky doorman. Now, Berghain does no advertising, no marketing, and no promotion, yet people flock from all over the world to try and get in to this nightclub. But the doorman, Sven, is very, very particular. In fact, he turns most people away depending on what he fancies that night. The lure of this nightclub is in the suspense. It's in the will we get in, will we not get in, and people will queue for hours after traveling from all over the world to see whether they get accepted. And what is it like on the inside? Well, that doesn't actually matter, because this is more about getting in than actually being in. They've created absolute exclusivity. Are you in the group? Did you get accepted by Sven or did you not? And most people did not. This is a classic example that exclusivity can be created, because now this is your club. This is your tribe. This is your community and you get to make the rules. So here are 5 ways that you can create exclusivity with your band and your music. Number 1, you play venues which are too small for you. And by that, I mean if you can bring 50 people to a venue, you're going to book a venue that only holds 25. I know that seems counterintuitive, but in doing that, there will be 25 people outside who will be utterly pissed off, and they'll be messaging you and ringing you and saying, I can't get in, can you get me in? Can you get me on the guest list? And you're going to say, I'm afraid I can't. I wasn't expecting this crazy turnout. It's crazy in here. You're going to have to turn up early for the next one because health and safety won't let any more in. And they will go away. Now, when people are in and they are watching and they're enjoying about it, they're probably going to leave and they're probably going to tell a couple of people. But I guarantee the people who are outside who didn't get in are going to tell everybody. They're going to put it on their Instagram stories. They're going to tell everyone they know. They're going to go, you won't believe it. Yesterday I went out, I couldn't even get in. And those people are going to go, why couldn't you get in? Because it was exclusive, because that was the place to be. Now, I've done this many times and I've had literally people shouting at me because they couldn't get in to see a band. And I was thinking, I've done this on purpose, but I can't tell you that. So I've just got to apologize and go, I'm so sorry. I wasn't expecting this. But next time, you better believe they were the first people to book their tickets and they were the first people in that queue. Number 2, you're limiting the supply of merch. If you think you can sell 10 t-shirts, you're going to bring 5. If you think you can sell 20 CDs, you're going to bring 10 CDs. Because what you're doing is you're getting that fear of missing out. Because when they miss out, again, they're going to be pissed off. They're going to tell everybody. And you're going to be there saying, everybody wanted one of these. This was the thing to have. Now, if you're doing that and you're creating this fear of missing out, the next time you will sell more. They will go and tell everybody. But again, what you're doing is you're limiting the supply. You can even cut things off in the middle, even if you haven't run out. You can just say, yep, sold out. This is a trick that I would suggest using regularly. You know, on the day of the gig, say we're almost selling out, we're about to sell out, and then 2 hours before the gig, sold out. Yes, the venue might not be sold out, it might be 3/4 sold out, but that message sold out is so powerful. Number 3, guest lists matter. You say you need to get your name on the guest list. I can put you on the guest list, but you absolutely have to turn up, because if you don't, you are taking that space away from someone else. And I can't promise you I'll be able to do that again. Guest lists are a way that you can make someone feel important, but at the same time, you can ensure that they know that they are part of the crew. They're part of the tribe. They're special. And that's your job. Your job is to make this special. It's supply and demand. I don't have that much supply, but there is lots and lots of demand. But I can do you a favor. Number 4 is the whisper. As well as making sure that everything sells out at all times, no matter what, the other thing that you need to do is you need to create the whisper. Rather than shout and shout and shout all of the time, sometimes it's more powerful to whisper. If you've seen the film Fight Club, that's what this is all about. First rule, you don't talk about Fight Club. Don't tell anybody. What happens? They tell everybody, and then all of a sudden it's far too big and it starts going national. And it's a very similar thing, that a whisper can be so powerful. Look, I'll do this for you, but I can't get any of your friends in. So what they're going to say is, I'm special, I'm important. Who's the first people they're going to tell? All of their friends. Well, I'm more important than you because I obviously got on the guest list. Those whispers are massively powerful. So do the shouting, but every so often, stop the shouting and start a whisper. And number 5, you become the gatekeeper. Just like in Berghain, you become Sven. You get to say who comes in, who is welcome, and who's in the community. And you get to look after those people. You get to decide what's cool, what's not, because this is your tribe, this is your movement. So a couple of ways of doing that is things like adding people into a closed Facebook group or possibly a WhatsApp group and saying, look, I'm trying to keep the numbers down because this is limited, but I'd like to add you into the closed Facebook group. Again, you're looking after people, but you're saying, I'm the gatekeeper and I'm welcoming you into this community. So therefore, you want them to fight for that community. And you get to be as picky as you want. But if you think someone deserves to be in there, you put them in there. But the thing to remember with these 5 points is this will piss people off. My God, this will piss people off. That's exactly what you want. You want to piss people off. In the weirdest way, this is the way you can piss people off. By saying, oh, I'd love for you to have some of this, but you just can't have it. And what do they want? This. At all times. If you tell someone they can't have it, what do they want? They want that thing. You want them to be so pissed off that they can't get into that gig, so pissed off that they can't be part of that tribe, that they're going to work twice as hard to come in. So when it comes to building a buzz, we do want to shout from the rooftops. We do want to be in everyone's faces. We do want to get the attention. But then when we've got the attention, we also want to create the whispers. We want to create that exclusivity. We want to create that tribe. We want to play on the supply and the demand, because in doing so, that means everyone else will spread the word for you, and that's 10 times more powerful than you doing it yourself. So over to you guys. I want you guys to think about what you can do this week to add in some exclusivity, some supply and demand, whether it's a live stream or whether it's a merch deal that you just say, look, I've only got a couple of these, so after that, they're all gone. What can you do so you can piss people off this week by not letting them get what they want? So guys, thank you so much for watching. But before you go, I have a massive favor. I'm on 83,000 subs. I'm really pushing to try and get to 100K. So back there, I can get one of those like YouTube plaques and I can show my mum and she'll be very proud of me. And I know that 65% of you guys don't subscribe. So if you can do me a massive favor and just hit that subscribe, because I know a few of you there going, oh, didn't think about that. Hit that subscribe button, maybe hit that like button, but more importantly, just come and be a part of this community, because I'm so proud of what we're building and I'm so proud of you guys as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.